Attending the Grammys dressed for the Met Gala, trying to pull off a Yeezy Dune mashup? Noah Cyrus is no stranger to a red carpet fashion scandal, and these looks were some of the worst. Describing some of her go-to garments to the Topeka Capital Journal in 2018, Noah Cyrus said, "I'm open to dressing sexy, and I'm open to dressing in the baggiest clothes ever." Still, it may not have been the best idea to mix these styles together for her Wango Tango performance in 2017, as the result was a muddled, layered look that wasn't cohesive at all. For this performance, Cyrus threw on a pair of odd overalls over her white mesh tee and black velvet bandeau top with spaghetti straps. Black combat-style boots with platform heels completed the ensemble. Now, one advantage of wearing overalls is usually that there's no fly to deal with, but Cyrus's overalls here featured a zipper front that she wore partially unzipped, which made it look disconcerting like she had a really long open fly. Even worse, the garment's silhouette was giving grandpa wearing suspenders and chest-high trousers, rather than, say, a young pop star on the rise. Cyrus's style became more experimental in 2021, and the Schiaparelli gown she wore to the Grammys that year seemed more appropriate for the Met Gala than anything else. It featured a sculptural element that towered over her head and draped down at her sides. Woe to whoever got stuck sitting behind her at the show.
Down in front!
Meanwhile, the heavy folding of the outfit's fabric bore a striking resemblance to wadded Kleenex or a whipped cream dessert. Noah's stylist, Brett Allen Nelson, told The Hollywood Reporter that Cyrus hadn't been familiar with the maison de couture responsible for her look before he managed to nab the gown for her. He said, "I showed her some photos of Gaga wearing Schiaparelli, and that's when I think she got really excited. From a style perspective, it will be a very big moment for her." After Noah Cyrus began dating her fiancé, fashion designer Pincus, her style underwent a radical metamorphosis. Specifically, her outfits became fantastical and outlandish, such as the Victor and Rolf gown that she wore to the label's Haute Couture show at Paris Fashion Week in 2023. A patchwork of blues provided the backdrop for an outfit that, most noticeably, made it look like Cyrus had a huge hole in her midsection. One can only imagine the wonders and horrors that lay within. A parallel universe, perhaps? A timeless void beyond all comprehension? Or maybe even the depths of hell itself? Speaking to Paper about her trippy new aesthetic, Cyrus explained why she was drawn to some of Pincus's designs. She simply said, "They really connected to my more dark, ethereal style." The Adidas Stella McCartney launch party in 2023 would have been the perfect occasion for Noah Cyrus to hit the red carpet in some of her finest athleisure wear. Instead, she looked like she was trying to spark a Cribcore trend. She wore an all-white ensemble that consisted of a one-shoulder dress, thigh-high boots, sheer opera-length gloves, and, for some reason, a lace-trimmed bonnet that bore a striking resemblance to one a baby might have worn in the 1900s. Stranger still, Cyrus had apparently chosen to camouflage her eyebrows for the event, giving the overall impression of an antique porcelain doll with a faded paint job. In January 2024, Cyrus modeled a prototypes ensemble that was just begging to be mocked by her Instagram followers. The outfit featured a cropped, long-sleeved top and leggings crafted from the same clingy beige material, which was covered with darker splotches that resembled stains. Worst of all, the waist of Cyrus's leggings had a raw hem and was slung down so low that it left very little to the imagination. The outfit reminded some followers of a plumber on the job, sparking mockery and criticism in the comments section. For the Marine Serre Women's Wear Fall-Winter 2024-2025 show, Cyrus wore an ensemble that looked more appropriate for a side villain in an action movie.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Maybe Cyrus might have slipped on this unusual Marine Serre design because she felt loyal to the label. It had provided her with her first opportunity to walk the runway after all. For the occasion, she wore a black catsuit wrapped with patterned scarves, as well as a black balaclava covering her hair and the lower half of her face. If it wasn't for her missing eyebrows, attendees would have had a difficult time telling who the woman behind the mask was. Kanye West's history of disturbing behavior and controversial remarks has made him a much maligned figure in the entertainment industry. Yet Noah Cyrus is a longtime fan of the singer's clothing brand. While speaking to the Topeka Capital Journal about West's then-wife, Kim Kardashian, she said, "My favorite style is when she's wearing Yeezy and wearing a big sweatshirt and sweatpants." And it seems that Cyrus might have borrowed from West's aesthetic in April 2024. On Instagram, she shared a series of photos of an outfit designed by Luke's Thunder that looked kind of like a collab between West and the costume designer for the Dune films.
Listen, al-Gaib!
The outfit featured earthy tones and a pair of puffer boots perfect for making a long trek across a dystopian landscape on a faraway planet. A glowing blue light added a futuristic touch to her top, and her face was fully covered by her balaclava, a look that Kanye West has also been known to rock.